Welcome back to another episode of the Big Donch Show. Today, we're going to be recapping week 4 of the NFL season. Unbelievable how fast it goes. Disappointing. Okay, as a Steeler fan, I don't got my Steeler hat on. I do got my Phillies hat on because, hey, postseason starts tonight. We're playing the Marlins. I know it's baseball, but hey, go Phillies. And you might be thinking, well, you're a Steeler fan and a Philly fan. Trust me, I grew up in a Pittsburgh Steelers family. Baseball, we didn't really care too much, right? I grew up closer to Philly. I just really love the Phillies. I love that younger team when 2008, 2009 Phillies team when they won the World Series. Can't call me bandwagon because I was young. Who cares? And anyway, I live like 2 hours away from Philly. So either way, go Phillies. Postseason tonight. I think we'll be all right in Philly also. Just a reminder to subscribe to my YouTube, Big Donch, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, also called Big Donch. Let's get right into it. So the Thursday game, Lions, Packers. Lions won 34-20. Lions are a legit playoff team. We knew that going into this season. They lost, though, earlier game after the Chiefs game. I think that was against the Seahawks. We thought, oh, no, right? But they did good against the Packers. Packers are a young team, right? They're still going. They're young. It was in Green Bay. Jordan Love, new starting quarterback for them. Jared Goff, more veteran quarterback, Super Bowl experience. Jared Goff had 210 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. David Montgomery, what a game. 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. What a backfield, too, with Gibbs also. Josh Reynolds was their leading receiver, 69 yards. Jordan Love, 246 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. It's all right, though. Aaron Jones, 18 yards only on the ground. Not good. Receiving for the Packers also. Their leading receiver was Romeo Doubs. He had 95 yards, but Christian Watson did get playing time, of course. Was dealing with a hamstring injury. He had a touchdown. Let's see what the receiving touchdowns were for the, I think it was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, it was. He had 56 yards and a touchdown. Okay, so Lions move on to 3-1. They play the Panthers, I think, next week. Packers, I don't know who they're playing, but they're young. I don't think they'll make playoffs this year. I mean, no, I was going to say they could win the NFC North, but I keep forgetting the Lions are in the NFC North as well. So I have the Lions winning that NFC North. That's the Thursday game, though. But Packers fans, don't worry. I think next year you guys will be legit. Sunday games now. Jaguars, Falcons in London. Jaguars ended up winning 23-7. Let me just say, Desmond Ridder is not it. I mean, I really never had faith in him going into this season. A lot of Falcons fans were like happy with it. He's holding you back. You got to make a QB change. And it's weird because I say this, like Gardner Minshew, like I'm saying, is Desmond Ridder, yeah, he's a starting quarterback, but there's other guys around the league who are better than him that aren't starting quarterbacks, right? I feel like a guy like Gardner Minshew would be a great fit for the Falcons. He'd be a lot better than Desmond Ridder. We look at that game. Desmond Ridder threw 2 interceptions. Okay. He only threw a touchdown, 191 yards. Bijan Robinson, though, of course, he's legit. He's going to be a problem. He had 105 yards. Their leading receivers, Jonnu Smith, 195 yards. Trevor Lawrence, 207 yards, 1 touchdown. Travis Etienne, 55 yards. Christian Kirk, 84 yards. But I'm pretty sure it was a pick 6. I don't want to be wrong. I think he threw a pick 6. I think that was another game I got it mixed up with. I know Kirk Cousins threw a pick 6 into the Panthers early. That wasn't good. Jags, though, doing what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to win that. Jags are a good team. They've been playing pretty bad the past 2 weeks, so they did good against the Falcons. They were doing what they were supposed to do. Eagles, Commanders, 34-31 in overtime. That was in Philly, too. Not a good look for Phillies. I'm sorry, the Eagles. Commanders are not a good team. They play like they are. Now, you might be thinking, well, this doesn't make sense. I don't think the Commanders are that good of a team. They're 2-2. I mean, what I'm saying is, compared to Eagles should have won by at least 2 scores. They only won by a field goal in overtime. Eagles do move on, though, to 4-0. And then the Commanders, 2-2. Eagles, though, they're not. I mean, they're good, but they expect them to lose any minute now. Sam Howell did pretty good, 290 yards and a touchdown. Brian Robinson, 45 yards and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 86 yards. Jalen Hurts, 319 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, 56 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Titans definitely need a guy like A.J. Brown. But even though they actually won, they won by a good amount against the Bengals last week. Let's go right into this Texans and Steelers. Texans win 30-6. It's so stressful being a Steelers fan. It's unbelievable. Our offense is terrible. Our defense is getting diced up by a rookie quarterback. C.J. Stroud, very talented, but it's a rookie quarterback. It's the Texans. 30-6 against the Texans. I said going to this game, we should score a minimum of 25 points. Oh my goodness, we didn't even get in the end zone. Chris Boswell's our best offensive player. It's unfortunate. Kenny Pickett goes down. Thankfully, it's not out for the season. We're going to be rolling with Mitch now. We're playing Baltimore this Sunday. I don't know. I really don't know. I think a lot of people are calling for Matt Canada to get fired 100%. I think he's going to obviously stay for this game. But I think we could see him get fired in the bye week. I feel like Mike Tomlin's cooking up something, which, let me tell you, Mike Tomlin should be on the hot seat. But I feel like he's cooking up something, maybe bringing in Big Ben or something. I'd love to see that. Ben Roethlisberger in an offensive coordinator. Let me tell you, his last year, he was calling a lot of the plays, Big Ben, while on the field. And they were working. They were working compared to Matt Canada's play call. I'd love to see Big Ben calling the offensive plays. But Tomlin should be on the hot seat. He's the one that allowed this mediocrity over the years. 3 playoff wins in 12 years. Not wanting to get rid of Tomlin. I'm sorry, get rid of Canada all these years after a terrible offensive performance. It's embarrassing. We got to make changes. I said early last year we should have made changes. Early last year we should have made changes. Fast forward a year later, not a single thing. It's unbelievable. Najee Harris did pretty good, though. All receivers quiet. We're dealing with a lot of injuries, though. It's unfortunate. Kenny Pickett now, Pat Frymuth, Leal. It's unfortunate. We're dealing with a lot of injuries. It can't happen. We got to keep TJ Watt healthy. We got to keep TJ Watt happy. We only do that by keeping him off the field, keeping the whole defense off the field, and having our offense actually drive downfield. We barely make it past the 50. That's all I have to say. Texans, though, they're pretty solid. CJ Stroud is solid. He's making a case for Offensive Player of the Year. They have good receivers, running backs. Defense, I mean, they shouldn't have been that good against us. It's just the offensive line is terrible, too. That's another thing. Dan Moore went down, which, Broderick Jones, though, hopefully he can do all right. I mean, he's like first play in, he almost gave up a sack. It is what it is. It's stressful. We got the Ravens next week. Just got to go from there. Bills 48, Dolphins 20. Josh Allen is MVP candidate, 100%. Had like 5 total touchdowns. I can double check on that. But yeah, he had 4 touchdowns passing, and then he had 1 touchdown on the ground. He's MVP candidate. Stephon Diggs, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. Gabe Davis, a touchdown. James Cook, a touchdown. Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, a team that scored 70 the prior week, only put up 20. What a weird 2 games, right, for the Dolphins. Tua threw for 282 yards, a touchdown, interception. A-Chain, 101 yards, rushing, 2 touchdowns. And then Braxton Berrios, okay, good to see him back in there. 43 yards and touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 58 yards, and Jalen Waddle, 46 yards. Quiet games. Listen, a 58-yard game for receivers above average. Right? Tyreek Hill, though, that's pretty bad. It's just weird, though. Just weird. Bills looking like a solid team like usual in the regular season. Both teams are 3-1. But what a weird turn of events for the Dolphins. Cowboys, another one. 38-3. Cowboys are inconsistent. Another weird team. Right? They lose to the Cardinals. They blow out the Patriots. 38-3. Let me tell you what Bill Belichick. I think he's old. I think he's getting outdated. I think it's time for fresh minds to get in there. He's a defensive coach. Their defense is solid. Now, they gave up 38 points, but offense is a big factor. The Patriots' offense is a big factor for the Cowboys putting up 38 points with field position. If it was 38-28, okay, well, then you could really blame the defense. But 38-3, can't really blame the defense too much. They're always on the field in bad field position. They can only do so much. But he's getting outdated. I think so. I mean, I gave him the benefit of the doubt his first year without Brady, right? Rebuilding, Cam Newton at quarterback. They didn't actually do too bad either. But after that, I mean, you had rookie Mac Jones. You're expecting them to see progress. And in the following year also, it's just a little disappointing. We have this year too. Mac Jones, disappointing. He's very inconsistent. It's weird. Cowboys are solid. They're playing the 49ers. I have the 49ers. I think they're the best team in the league. But I don't know, man. I don't know what Patriots are going to do. They're a better team than that. Vikings, 21, Panthers, 13. Vikings finally got their win, but bad start for Kirk at first. Threw a pick 6. We thought, oh no. But Vikings, though. This is the first one of the season. They got to do better. Panthers, young team. rebuilding. Broncos 31, Bears 28. Broncos finally get their win. They came back. Bears, what a Bears moment. And random good game by Fields. He had like 3 touchdowns, right? He had a pretty good game. A lot of doubters. A lot of people saying the Bears should tank. Fields had 335 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception. On the ground, he also had 25 yards. For Broncos, Russell Wilson, 223 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looking like prime Russell Wilson there. So, hey, good for them. Titans, 27, Bengals, 3. What is happening to Cincinnati? A team that was Super Bowl contender for the past 2-3 years. What's happening? Well, past 2 years. What's happening? 27-3? Joe Burrow's hurt. We know that. Just rest him. He's on one leg. He threw for 165 yards, no touchdowns. Joe Mixon, their leading rusher, 67 yards. Jamar Chase, 73 yards. We saw what he said. He's always open. What's happening? Just rest Joe Burrow. Just rest him. I mean, you got to get wins, but just rest him for a week. That's just my opinion. Bengals won the 1-3. They're a playoff team. We know that. I'm a Steelers fan, and I'm saying the Bengals are a good team. They're playing like trash, though. They're 1-3 Titans. They're not 24 points better than the Bengals. I mean, that was random by them. Tannehill had an okay game, 240 yards, touchdown, reception. Derrick Henry, 122 yards, 1 touchdown, and a passing touchdown. He could do it all. That's like his 4th passing touchdown. D-Hop, 4 receptions, 63 yards. Moving on to the next game. Ravens 28, Browns 3. No Watson for the Browns. That factors in a big, rookie quarterback outplay against the Ravens. Not so much there. Ravens, though, Lamar did pretty good. Had a pair of rushing touchdowns. He also had 2 passing touchdowns. So, good for Lamar. Rams 29, Colts 23 in overtime. Anthony Richardson is solid, too. Let me tell you. He's a solid quarterback. And the Rams, their wide receivers are great. I mean, you have Cooper Kupp injured, but then you got the young, I don't even want to mispronounce his name. Let me read the name quick. Yeah, Puka Nacua, 9 receptions, 163 yards, and a touchdown. Kyron Williams is playing good football, too. 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. For the Colts, Anthony Richardson had 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. Andrew Ogletree had a touchdown. Mo Ali Cox had a touchdown. But I just got to say, though, Anthony Richardson, he's solid. He's definitely proven me wrong. I thought he was going to be but he's playing pretty good football. Buccaneers 26, Saints 9. What is wrong with the Saints? Saints are supposed to be a solid team, the best team in the AFC South. Looks like the Bucs are. Bucs are supposed to be tanking. Looking like one of the worst teams in the NFC, in the NFL. And they're playing good. Bucs and Baker have really, impressed me. They have. Baker Mayfield, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Chris Godwin, 114 yards. I'm pretty sure Mike Evans went down. I think he went down early. Can't say. Derek Carr, 127 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. They had 3 quarterbacks in. Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston ended up throwing an interception. I don't even know what happened there. Alvin Kamara did come back. He only had 51 yards rushing, but 33 yards receiving. Michael Thomas was their leading receiver with 53 yards. Chargers 24, Raiders 17. How the Raiders score 17? No Jimmy G, but Josh Jacobs did good. We saw Devontae Adams out the shoulder injury, but comes back and still puts up a great game. Aiden O'Connell was in at quarterback, 238 yards, no touchdowns, but an interception. Josh Jacobs, 58 yards rushing and a touchdown, but he also had 81 yards receiving. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert only had 167 yards passing. He's a little inconsistent too. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Joshua Kelly, 65 yards. Joshua Palmer, 77 yards. Herbert and Mack, though. Let me tell you about Mack. He had like 6 sacks. I don't really cover defense, but he had 6 sacks. That's impressive. Asante Samuel Jr. had an interception. 49ers, 35, Cardinals, 16. 49ers are the best team in the league. CMC, Offensive Player of the Year, could make a case for the MVP award. But we all know that's reserved for quarterbacks. But my question is with the Cardinals, are they tanking or are they actually trying to be legit? And another thing is, what are they going to do when Kyler Murray comes back from his knee injury? I thought the Cardinals were tanking. I thought the Cardinals were going to be the worst team in the NFL. I mean, they had nobody. Josh Dobbs is playing solid. They put up a good fight against the Niners in San Francisco. I really don't know. Are they tanking or are they actually trying to be legit? Good question to ask. CMC, though, playing good football. Good for him. Good for him. We knew that. We knew once he got out of Carolina, he was going to be legit. We knew that. But 49ers, like I said, they play the Cowboys. It's going to be a tough matchup. I think the 49ers win, though. Just like last year in the playoffs. Chiefs, 23, Jets, 20. Wilson did good. But I don't like to switch up from the fans. A lot of fans were hating him bad last week. Now, oh, he played good. He played good. I think it was Rodney Harrison who was hating on him. I want to get the name right, though. I don't want to make up a name. Yeah, Rodney Harrison hating on him. Yeah, uncalled for on live TV. But notice how everyone, they are defending Zach Wilson. But a week ago, I guarantee you a week ago, if Rodney Harrison said that, they'd be, I agreed. Shannon Sharp says it, agreed. Stephen A. Smith says it, agreed. But now the switch up is crazy. Listen, I hate hating athletes. I don't hate athletes like that. I'm legit and say, okay, he's just not good. But to call somebody garbage, on air right now, you're not going to hear me say that. I dislike Matt Canada's play calling a lot. Okay? To many people, it might be garbage, but I'm not going to come here and say he's garbage and throw personal attacks at him. That's not the type of person I am, and I hate when people do that to athletes. So I always supported Zach Wilson. I always hope he did good. He wasn't doing good. He did play pretty good, though. He outperformed Patrick Mahomes last week. But to start the season, he hasn't been playing good. Well, I don't know. Bad flags also. A bad holding call that they missed. The refs did. Chiefs player was holding the Jets bad. They didn't call it. Then at the end, bad holding call on a pass. So, I don't know, man. I'm a referee. I'm a high school referee for 3 years now. And I like to respect referees because I'm one myself. But, you got to call it out when it's bad. And that definitely was bad calls on Sunday night. Seahawks last game, 24 at the Giants, at New York, Giants 3. It's really just embarrassing for New York. It's hard though to pick what's wrong with the Giants because their offensive line is atrocious. I mean, let's see how many times Daniel Jones was sacked. If we can see that, sacks allowed. Giants allowed 11 sacks. That means Daniel Jones was sacked 11 times. Geno Smith only sacked twice. That's a problem. Daniel Jones had only 203 yards, but 2 interceptions. He was their leading rusher, 66 yards. They don't have Saquon Barkley, but their offense can't get going. Their defense isn't bad. It's their offense. It's terrible. Bad. Daniel Jones going to pay a lot of money. A lot of people have hope in him. But it's hard to blame, right? I don't know. Is it all bad offensive line or is it him? I mean, you got to watch the game. Obviously, you can't just rely on stats. I mean, it's a mix of both. Holding the ball a little too long doesn't make the best throws, but at the same time, he's running for his life every play. What can you do? If you put him on the Chiefs, you put him on the Cowboys, you put him on the 49ers, he's going to be a solid quarterback. But it's just an unfortunate situation. The Giants are so much talent than what they are. Okay, they're 1-3. Seahawks 3-1. It's unfortunate though. They got to play better. Geno Smith only had 110 yards and a touchdown. Drew Lock did get some playing time. He had 2 completions for 63 yards. Kenneth Walker had a touchdown. But embarrassing for the Giants. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That is my Week 4 NFL recap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a like, do it all. I'm out, guys. Peace.